Why you dead? And welcome back to the Dark Souls playthrough. We just got to the second bonfire in Anor Londo, and what we're going to do before proceeding on to the final bonfire and the boss is to go to the painted world of Ariamis. Now, if you remember earlier in the game, we returned to the Undead Asylum, which is the tutorial area, where we ran to the very first room that you start in, and we picked up the peculiar doll, and that's what's going to be used as a key to enter into this painting. Now, the painted world is just up these stairs from the second bonfire. You don't even have to turn the big rotating tower. And in here is just a room with a bunch of these white ninja-looking dudes with the big crashed chandelier at the bottom. So we're just going to take them out, pick up a couple items, and then walk into the painted world. Traditionally, you would want to pull just one at a time here, because if they actually make contact with you, they can actually do some pretty decent damage. But because I've got homing soul mass, it kind of trivializes the matter, and I'm able to take on multiples. Typically, it's a rule of thumb in Dark Souls to never pull more than one enemy. I mean, it's kind of common sense. This item is Sorcery Great Magic Weapon. It's an enchant that you can put on a weapon that doesn't already have an enchant on it. So if you ascend a weapon to +5, +10, or +15, you can use this spell on it, as long as it's a regular item. Well, only regular items can be ascended to +15. If you put lightning or fire or divine or magic or enchant on it, or chaos, you can't use this spell on it. The spell is actually really good. It makes your damage, or it makes your weapon deal an additional magic damage. So if you've ascended it to +15 and you're going to deal additional magic damage with this spell, it's a really good, it's a really good idea. So instead of taking my Falcon, for instance, to +5 enchanted, I could have brought it to +15 and constantly used magic weapon on it. I haven't tested out which one does more damage, but it's certainly something to look into. And now here's the painted world entrance. There's only one bonfire in this world. There's one boss, and there's kind of a mini-boss, which is a dragon. There's also a bunch of harpies, which are just annoying assholes. They can kind of one-shot you if they jump on you, so you gotta watch out for that. And then, as a standard, whenever I get to a new bonfire, I always use 2 humanities, or 1 humanity to bring myself back to life if I'm dead, and 1 to kindle the bonfire. What's nice, again, like I said, is there's lots of souls in this zone that will allow me, I don't know, you could probably gain about 10 levels every time you come here, per playthrough. There's some decent spells that you'll find for pyromancers that are kind of neat, and there's a phantom encounter that we'll get to as well. This is also your first encounter with the pinwheel skeletons, which are a huge pain in the ass, and you'll see them when we get there. The primary enemy in this level is just going to be these basic undeads, but they're in numbers and they're put in, you know, interesting places where they'll jump out at you in the combined range and melee, and some with torches, and there's also some fire spitter enemies kind of mixed in, so the zone can actually be pretty tricky. The fire spitting enemies that we're going to see up here around the corner, in addition to dealing pretty significant fire damage if it hits you, if you kill them in melee combat, they blow up and will make you toxic, or they have the toxic debuff. But if you backstab them, you'll, at the end of every backstab, you always kick them, so that gets them out of range, and you won't take the toxic damage, which is good. As a sorcerer, it's not a big deal because I can shoot them from range, but for melee characters watching this, you'll want to backstab these guys. Now up around this corner, there's a set of stairs. They're kind of hidden, with a couple enemies, and up top are some harpies, so you're gonna watch out for those, because again, the harpies can really lay down a fucking ass beating. There's not really even a good reason to go up here. The reward is, there's a dried finger, which is, I don't even remember what that's for. It's for the Gravelord Covenant, I think. I don't know exactly what it does. It does something in regards to PvP. And then I think there's a soul up here, which I guess makes it worth coming up. Yeah, Soul of a Proud Knight gives either 3,000, 5,000, or 8,000 souls. Now, I don't know why the harpies aren't coming down yet, because there's one. Asshole harpies. 2 of them. And if they jump on you, man, they really hurt. It's pretty much guaranteed death if they jump on you. So I'm going to go and find somewhere that I can fight them in an open area, because they're kind of tough otherwise. Soul Spear to the face, bitch! Fuck you. Yeah, what? I hate you. These rats kind of have a lot of hit points. That's fucked up. Now up ahead here in this room is like 4 or 5 of those fire throwers, in addition to some of these regular undead. So my goal is typically to take out the regular undead ones first. It's also important to note that I've got the Dragon Crest Shield equipped right now because it has good fire resist. As long as you're holding it up when the fire attacks come in. Now this is pretty close for this fire dude. I'm actually surprised that I did not get Toxin. But we'll make our way through. There's also a chain here that has a dead dude hung on it with a soul, which I think is a humanity. We'll make sure to pick that up later. There's several times we're going to run into stuff like that where you can cut a chain and have something fall down for some treasure later. Now to the left here is a big undead dragon, and there's a shield called the blood shield on the bridge. And once you get close enough, he's gonna get up and come at you. So if you run, you can pick it up. The blood shield gives you resistance to, actually decent resistance to, I think, poison, toxic, bleed, and one or two others, I think. So it's a curse. So it's actually a really good shield to use in most situations. Now this guy, pretty much, if you get close to him, he'll do a melee attack, and if you're at range, he's going to do that toxic poison attack. So if you're melee, what you can do is hang out on the left here, wait for him to start spitting, and then sprint up to him in the middle, get off one or two hits, and then run back down and around. And you should avoid him because at that point he'll be shooting his toxic down the middle, so if you're running around the side, then just rinse and repeat and you'll take him out. It takes melee a little bit longer to kill this guy. But overpowered sorcerer, the dragon is no problem. This dragon again will drop, I believe, 1 dragon scale and then give you, a good amount of souls. So you can see already I've got 19,000 souls just from being here already. There's just so many souls you get. It's so easy to level up here. Now there's a series of doors in this level. The one to my right there is what will take us to the final boss, but it's not open yet. Once I go through here, it's going to take me to a big open courtyard, and then straight across from me is another large door. And if I open that up, that's a shortcut right back to the initial bonfire. And you'll find that I'm actually going to hit the bonfire up several times in my playthrough in here, just because once you open up the shortcuts, it's so easy to get everywhere on the whole level. So I can get a whole bunch of souls, doing stuff, get some gear, go back, rest up, get all my spells, and Estus flashback, then go back for more. These phalanx, you actually don't have to fight them at all. There's actually no point to fighting them. They're just annoying, so I always just sprint past them. They just throw spears. Now this area over here has a couple of these fire guys, and there's also going to be a pyromancy spell called, I believe, poison fire surge that we'll pick up, or poison surge, one of those. And then once we kill all the fire guys, if we go down by the bottom of this little cemetery area, we'll be invaded by King Jeremiah, I think his name is, a dude with a big old stupid looking hat. Looks like an inverted penis, some balls on the top. And he actually has really high magic resist, and he shoots, and he's a pyromancer. He does lots of fire-based attacks, and has a whip. When you kill him, you get a large amount of souls, several humanities, and his whip, his notched whip, which is pretty cool. Strategies to beating him, if you're a sorcerer, well, in my case, there's not much, because there's not much. I'm going to do very little damage because he has such high magic resist, and that's pretty much all that I do with both my weapon and my spells. So it's just going to be an endurance fight. If you're a melee fighter like a rogue or a warrior, man, you'll just beat the shit out of him if you get a backstab on him and he's gone. Now, if I recall, in Demon Souls, there was a boss that you kill and you get a hat that looks like this stupid nutsack. That was really powerful and it made your spells deal a lot of extra damage. That's not the case in this game, though the armor that he's wearing is pretty decent. And if you kill him, after you kill the final boss in this zone, his armor will be sitting on a corpse. And his armor is pretty good for mages. You know, I think my rogue may have even been wearing some of his leg pieces because it's just really, really good armor. Lightweight with lots of defenses. It doesn't look very good though. The pants look really stupid. Your knowledge in pyromancy does not impress me! His attacks are all very predictable. If he's gonna cast a spell, just back up. No problem. I got your ass! 30,000 souls for that dumb bitch. Now I'm going to go back to the bonfire now and then use all of these souls to start to level up. I want to get my intellect to about 46. I don't think I realize what I want to get it to at this point though. I bring it to 43 and then I'm going to start bringing my vitality and endurance up because again those are two very good statistics for PvP. Just overall vitality and endurance are good. Vitality again is your health bar and endurance is the green stamina bar as well as your equipment load so you can start to wear heavier gear. And at that point, I'm probably going to stop this video now and cut the Painted World of Ariamis into 2 parts because we've still got a ways to go. So check back later. See ya.